until price clears obvious areas of interest, like here, like the 33,3576 ounce and the 3534 ounce, okay, to the downsides. All right, so anything price above these zones, okay, we should still be looking for bullishness. We are still very much bullish. So
peeps at my FX right here, welcome back to our weekly market forecast for the week of the 22nd to the 26th of September. So we know from our analysis, we can see that over 70 to 80% of you watching this video are not yet subscribed to our channel. So if you are not yet subscribed, please do well to click the subscribe button, like, share, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. So without further ado, let's dive into the business of the day. So for last week, just like you saw last week, we gave you guys the bullish and bearish scenarios, and we're more bullish. Just like I told you guys, we will be more bullish on Xauusd than bearish. Why is this so? Because over time we have been having a bullish trend on Xauusd. Okay, so looking left, we really don't have much price action, so that's why we have to make use of our hourly price action to determine price faith. Okay, so moving forward, for last week we had price coming to these areas, okay, coming to these areas of the 36 to 3 ounce before a bullish continuations. So this is the zone in which we were interested to take our buys, a retest, and our continuation. So nothing really much from what we had last week, so we still keep it at what we had last week. So all what we need is to price to break out, which we have that breakout right about now. So all what we need is price to give us that retest back to these zones of the 3660 to the upsides, and then we can have bullish continuations. For bearish continuations or bearish change of price, we will look for price to break these phase zones before it could continue to the downside. Then our overall target will be the 3500 ounce to the downsides. Okay, but if you may ask me, we are still very much bullish on Xauusd. Up next is the DXY. So for the DXY, for last week, you can see how we predicted the DXY into precision. We had these zones in which we wanted price to give us what the break, the retest, and the continuations to levels. This was our first TP, which was the 96 ounce, and our second TP, which was the 96.006 ounce. Okay, so if you did not watch the video or you think you are copying, here is the video.
But if you may ask me, I'm more bearish than bullish. Okay, so for the bearish side of things, we should be seeing price break below these zones of the 37-36 points and a retest. Then we should be targeting our initial target, which was the 96 points, okay, or the $96. Okay, because remember, this is the dollar index, is used to gauge the strength of the dollar. Okay, so our next target is our 96.00, which is this next zone. So all what you just have to do, this could be your TP1, your TP2, and your TP1. All right, so just wait for a break, retest on these zones, then you can go all the way to the downsides. And for
okay, welcome back. So you can see how I predicted the DXY into precision. So moving forward for this week, okay, even during last week, price also, after attending our area of this weekly area of interest, we had price continue back to the upside into these zones and now to this zone. So this is slightly a little bit tricky. So what we are going to do in this case, I'm going to take it to the daily time frame for you guys to see, to reduce the noise in what we are having happening between the two time frames. Okay, so here on the daily time frame, we now have a cleaner chart. Okay, we can see how price has been creating series of lows, highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a lower low. So we are looking for a new lower high to be created here and a nice proper drop down on the DXY. So if this happens, so we still remain very bearish on the DXY. So all what we need is price to react from these zones. We can have maybe a 4-hour candle close or a daily candle close for conservative traders. Okay, we could have a little bit pullback into the zones of the 97.541 to the upsides. Then we can have price push into these zones, then a bearish continuation to the downsides. Okay, or we could also have price give us a drop, a nice drop. If we go from our 4-hour time frame, we should have something like, let me place that so you guys could see. If you can find a daily time frame bearish candle close something like this on these zones, then we can take ourselves all the way to the downside. Okay, so let's go to the 4-hour time frame so you could see this clearer. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame, price is already reacting somewhere around here. So this looks like a very nice drop from here. Price could just drop from here. If you have like another bearish candle drop, okay, a bearish engulfing candle drop, then you can take your sales all the way to the 96029. So all what you can do on this case is, if I see a bearish candle drop, let me use the sell, right, a bearish candle drop to the downside, I can put my stops slightly above that area. Then you can target these zones. That should be a very nice 1:3. Okay, so that's it for the DXY. Up next is Euro USD. So for Euro USD for last week, you guys saw how we were able to predict the Euro USD into precision. We had price. I told you guys that all what we are looking for is price to give us that break, that retest, and a push continuations to the next zone of the 1.199142, which was over 200 pips. You can still see it here, over 200 pips drop, bullish bull run to the upsides, which we actually attained that. So if you check from here to here, that's over 220 pips. Okay, over 220 pips, move 222 pips or 20 pips, push to the upside. So last week was a very nice week. We also sent this trade to our free Telegram community, which a lot of people also made money. So if you are not on a free Telegram community, please do want to click on the link on the description below to join our free Telegram community, to also be able to make money from our signals just like so. So moving forward for this week, okay, looking at price is now back to our daily AOI. Why do we think so? Because if you look at the daily time frame, I just think, let's take this off. Okay, daily AOI. So you know price actually moves in form of a wave. So looking at price giving us higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. A new higher high has been created. All right, so it's only makes sense for price to come create a new higher low, which is also most like retesting these previous zones, then a proper bullish continuations, which is where we are now expecting price to move either from the 1.17329 or price to come little bit deeper to the 1.1681 before a bullish continuations. Okay, so what do we have this week? So we can see, if you're also my mentee, you know what this means. This looks like an imbalance being filled. So most likely we could have a third leg of the imbalance being filled for the bullish continuation. So all what we just need price do is, let's go back to our 4-hour time frame. All right, nothing much. Okay, so all what we just need price do is wait for our entry confirmations on these zones, then wait for our entry confirmations on that zones. Then all what you just need to do is just look for entry confirmations, maybe candlestick confirmations, maybe a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle close or a daily bullish engulfing candle close. Then we can target our next level, which is back all the way to the upsides, which is the 1.19188 to the upsides. Or we could also see price go a little bit deeper to these zones, then before we could now have that bullish continuation. So this we are very much bullish on Euro USD. So these are the zones that we are looking for price to either continue from. Okay, so that's it for Euro USD. Up next is GBP USD. So for GBP USD, if you guys observe for a while now, we haven't analyzed GBP USD because it hasn't had the best of trend, although they are directly correlated to Euro USD. Okay, but having entries on GBP USD has been a little bit tricky. Last week was bullish. You see, the bullishness we had for last week did not happen much. Okay, did not happen much on GBP USD. It just lasted for a few hours and did not give us enough volume. Rather, the bearishness did much, but we were able to make a lot of money on that of Euro USD for for trading Euro USD than imagine if we had to wait to trade GBP USD. Okay, but GBP USD looks good for the coming weeks, or what, because we are getting close to our next daily area of interest. If we look here, which I've clearly stated, okay, we are very close to the new daily area of interest. So all what we need price do is maybe give us a little bit pull back to these zones, okay, then a bullish continuations back to 100% retracement level, which is somewhere around here, which is the 1.3786 to the upside. Okay, so we are very much bullish on GBP USD. Up next is USDJPY. For GBP JPY for last week, you wanted price to give us a sell, then a break retest, then a continue to the downside. But so if you also watch our last week video, you could have used these zones, because these were the zones in which price used to reject, so making nice bearish continuations. But when price came to this support here, it started reversing back. Okay, but for me, I love trading the conservative way because I'm more of a conservative trader. So price is right about back here, looking left to this our area of interest, in which price has reacted multiple times. So all what we just need to do is look for more confirmations, more bearish confirmations, like our candlestick confirmations, before we could take ourselves. So we could see price come into these areas, then we could have price drop to our first level target, which is the 146. Okay, then we could go as bearish as our 144 to the downside. Or if you want to be very more conservative, okay, these are the areas that I do add entries or swing. Okay, when price breaks this support, you can see these areas. Mind you, this was the range, same range that is happening on the DXY, same thing is replicating on USDJPY. So this is a range, okay, this is a support. So it's best to wait for price to break here, retest, and you can sell all the way to the 144 to the downsides. Okay, so that's it for USDJPY. Up next is USDCHF. For USDCHF, it's been a while we analyzed USDCHF. USDCHF looks very good, though we have been having some range on other pairs, but USDCHF has been giving us some nice price actions. Okay, we can see a series of highs, lows, lower highs, lower lows. A new lower high should be created, then we could have a bearish continuations to the downside. So easy busy what's about to happen on USDCHF. So all what you just need to do is maybe look for a bearish candle confirmations, put a stop somewhere around here, then we can target 100% retracement level all the way to the downside. So for USDCHF, we are looking for a bearish continuation on USDCHF. So you can go to your hourly time frame, your minutes time frame, look for your sales confirmation somewhere around these zones, all right, these areas, and you can sell all the way to the downsides. So that's it for this week, guys. If you have watched this video to this moment, please do well to smash the subscribe button, like, share, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Let's know how your last week trading was and what you're expecting this week, and how well our trading analysis have helped you so far. And do well to always remember to plan your trades and trade your plan. See you guys on the inner circle. Cheers.